Single mothers already have a lot on their plate when it comes to raising the family by themselves and providing financially for their family on that single income. Now go ahead and add the city of Los Angeles. Now let's add turning 40. Now let's add an emotionally manipulative ex-husband. Now let's counter that with an emotionally supportive and loving mother. And to top it all off, we're gonna go ahead and throw in 3 young, charming gentlemen who are filmmakers from New York. Was Home Again the feel-good comedy that the trailers promised it would be? Or are we gonna need to divorce ourselves away from this film? Let's dive in and take a look in this movie review. So the overall film actually explores the life of Alice, played by Reese Witherspoon, and it explores life through her eyes. So throughout the film, we're kind of getting a picture of what she sees reality should be with the people that are in her life and how it's impacting her. She has 2 small children who are both excellent actors in this film. They really capture what it is to be a kid. I was watching it and I thought, wow, this is stuff my nieces and nephews would say. So kudos to the director and the casting director on finding those kids because they did a great job. Reese Witherspoon always does a great job. Candice Bergen is her mother. I was so happy to see Murphy Brown back. I was like, this is great. And she plays a wonderful role that is supportive, loving, and understanding. And it just really just kind of shows where Reese Witherspoon's character is and where she gets some of her charm. Because in this film, we see that she gets some of her charm from her mother, thanks to Candice Bergen's performance. Also, the 3 young gentlemen from New York who are filmmakers all play just these great separate identities or personalities, if you will, that really kind of add to everything that's going on in the story. And then you have the emotionally manipulative ex-husband who towards the end of the film even admits that he's aware that he has this issue in him and that this is something that he deals with. So the story overall was done really well. We get to explore kind of what turning 40 would be like for a single mother in LA who's, been in the movie and Hollywood scene her entire life. I would say my big critique of this film is it's very thin. We get an understanding of the characters, we get an understanding of what Reese Witherspoon's character is going through as a single mother in LA, but we don't really dig deep into anything. It's just kind of like we understand what's going on and then we're going to kind of move forward with the plot. Now, when I saw this movie, I didn't realize that I saw this movie surrounded by a group of women who all related to this movie in some way, shape, or form, which actually, for me, made the film even better. Because I was sitting in the middle of a chorus of older women agreeing and talking and conversating to the movie while the movie was going on. And typically, I would be like, can we please not talk during the movie? However, in this film, hearing them talk and hearing them go with the, you know he would, I believe that, I can see why she'd do that, it made me go, oh, this was a really well-written piece that resonated with the viewership. Now, clearly, this movie was not necessarily written for a person like myself and a white male in his 30s, but I still found a lot of enjoyment in the film. And the fact that while I'm watching this, I have this chorus of women in surround sound just echoing back sentiments that I'm seeing on screen really elevated my enjoyment of the film because I felt like when they sat down and wrote this film, when the director wrote it, because she wrote and directed it. So because Haley Myers-Shire, the writer and director, did such a great job with this film and writing to women in a way that resonates with them as an audience, to literally elicit verbal responses from them, not just emotional, but emotional responses so strong that they feel that they need to agree with or understand verbally what's going on in the film around me as I'm watching it, I've got to give it both high fives. Now this movie, like I said, it is a little thin in its character development, but overall the story is a lot of fun. It reminded me of something like Music and Lyrics. It reminded me of a mix of like The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel with something similar to Crazy Stupid Love. Like those types of character films that are just fun to watch, where you understand what's going on. You don't necessarily really dig into the characters and their mental place and their psyche, if you will, but you understand the characters, where they're coming from, and you can relate to them on some level. And this film did a really good job with that. So again, because I saw it in a room full of women that really connected with the character and connected with the story, both as the single mother and Candice Bergen's character as the supporting mother of her daughter, who is a single mother raising 2 kids in LA, I've got to give it both high fives. So because of that, And because of how much I enjoyed the film, when I walked out of the theater going, wow, everybody in this movie did a great job. And I didn't realize how great of a job they did until the people surrounding me in the theater let me know that this is connecting with an audience. I've got to give it both high fives. So Home Again is in theaters now. Go check it out. High fives.